Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Unit 3, Final Exam Review, Part 2, Video 1. Just like all the videos, each page is going to be its own video, so if you have any questions on the back side, you're going to want to watch video number 2. So, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be working on word problems and applications. Let's read the first one. It says, Teresa planted 15 rows of daffodils and roses in a local garden. It sounds pretty important. So roses, we got daffodils and roses. She planted twice as many rows of daffodils as she did roses. How many of each flower did she plant? So we need to know that rows, she has a total of 15. And she planted daffodils and roses. Now, they said twice as many daffodils, so we don't know anything about the roses, so we're just going to put X. But if there's twice as many daffodils, that means there's 2X. And now what we need to do is write an equation, because the two things together, they equal all of the rows. They equal 15. Combine your like terms. Solve for X. And X equals 5. Okay? So now we know what X is. We know that the roses equal 5 rows, but what about the daffodils? Okay, if they equal a total of 15, we already know what 5 are. We're left with 10. Okay. All right. A plumber is cutting a 20-foot pipe. He needs to cut the pipe so that one piece is 8 feet longer than the other. How long is each piece? Okay, so we got a 20-foot pipe. One piece is 8 feet longer than the other. So for this one, I would draw a picture. There's our pipe. He's going to cut it, but it's a total of 20 feet. So one is going to be longer than the other, so we know one is X and the other is longer than that. So it's got to be X plus 8. Okay, and once we have that, it's the same thing as the other problem. Take our information, set it equal, combine your like terms, and then let's solve. Okay, divide by 2. What does X equal? And we want to know each piece. Okay, so we have a 6-foot piece, and, well, 20 minus 6 is 14. Okay. Number 3, Anna has 45 nickels, 34 quarters, and 9 dimes. How much money does she have total? Okay, so we need to know how much is a nickel, how much is a dime, and how much is a quarter. Now, when we talked about this in class, we talked about not using decimals until the very end. So nickels are 5, dimes are 10, quarters are 25. Okay, so we're going to go through and multiply each one of those out. So for the nickels, 45 times 5, 5 times 5, 25, 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22, so that's 225. So 225, we know that. times 9 times 10. That one wasn't too hard. Okay, quarters. 34 times 25. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 2. You get 170. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. Add those numbers up. 0, 5. Okay. Make sure to line everything up and then add. So we got 5. 2 times 9, or 2 plus 9 is 11, plus 5, 16. Carry the 1, and you get 1165. Okay, so for number 4, if Marie can burn 200 calories in 15 minutes, how many calories can she burn in 18 minutes? So what we're going to find here is the unit rate. So 200 divided by 15. How many times does 15 go into 2? None. What about 20? Just one time. How many times does 15 go into 45 without going over? You can use your multiplication charts, it's okay. You should get 3, because that is 45. Carry the 5 down. Okay, and what do we get there? Okay, we got to bring the decimal up, and we get a 3. And you get 45. Ooh, what's going to keep happening to this? Okay, 3, 3, 3, 3. Well, Mr. Grice, that's hard to multiply. Okay, well, is there another way to do this? Yes, there is. Okay, we've also talked about setting up proportions. Okay, we know 200 over 15, that's going to equal, well, we don't know how many calories she burned, but we do know how long she burned them for. Okay, so we can cross multiply and divide and figure it out. Okay, but what we can do before we get started with that is let's reduce that. 200 over 15, you can divide both of those by 5, and you get 40 over 3. And that's where that long repeating decimal comes from, okay? So 40 over 3 equals x over 18. Let's go ahead and cross multiply. 3x equals, off to the side, 18 times 40, 4 times 0, 720. And then to divide, x equals, oh, we got to do that real fast. 3 goes into 7 2 times. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Oh, wait, we're not done. Don't forget that 0. So x equals 240 calories. Okay, if 5 giant churros cost $3.75, how much would 8 of the same churros cost? Okay, so once again, we can do this 2 different ways. We can set up our proportion, 375 over 5 equals 8 over x. You can cross multiply and divide, or we can find the unit rate. Okay, so 375 divided by 5. 5 does not go into 3, but it goes into 37 7 times. And how many times does 5 go into 25? 5. So each churro costs 75 cents, but I want 8 of them. So 0.75 times 8, 8 times 5, 0, carry the 4. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4. So 8 churros would cost $6. All right, and last, number 6. A pair of shoes is 15% off. If the shoes originally cost $70, find the discounted price. So if something's originally 100% and you're taking off 15, you are paying 85%. Okay, we want that number as a decimal, and then you're going to take 85 times 70. 0 times 5 is 35. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 3 is 59. We have 2 numbers behind the decimal. So you would be paying $59.50 for that product. Okay? Well, that's going to be it for Algebra 2, Unit 3, Final Exam Review, Number 2, Video 1. If you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. I would love to help you out. Otherwise, thanks for watching.